So I'd like to welcome you all today to this special occasion where we gather to celebrate a new era of CAP. Today we're celebrating excellence, achievement and the incredible talent in this room. It's an honour to be here today with you all as we recognise the outstanding achievements in individuals and teams who have truly gone above and beyond. Whether you're a nominee, a winner or a guest here in support, your presence today makes this event even more memorable. Today is all about celebrating hard work, dedication and the pursuit of excellence. We'll be recognising some remarkable individuals and groups in various categories, and each award is a testament to the passion and commitment that has shaped their achievements. I'd like to begin today's event by welcoming and thanking our sponsoring MP, Tracy Gilbert.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Gillian, for that introduction. You almost never got a speech because someone else pinched it, so you just about missed out on this. So it could have been better than what you're about to hear. And welcome to all the guests, and welcome to the House of Commons for those of you that haven't been here before. And for those that don't know me, my name is Tracy Gilbert, and last year I was elected as the Labour MP for Edinburgh North and Leith. And I'm delighted to be able to sponsor this event today, and I look forward to hearing about the fantastic work that's happening in communities across the United Kingdom. As a Scottish MP, I'm acutely aware of our relationship with alcohol, and it's not often a healthy one. And unfortunately, the statistics speak for themselves. In 2022, 31% of men and 15% of women in Scotland reported drinking more than 14 units of alcohol a week, which is the Chief Medical Officer's recommendations to low-risk drinking. That has an impact. Tragically, in the same year, 1,276 people lost their lives due to conditions solely caused by alcohol, and 35,640 were admitted to hospital for conditions, again, that are only caused by alcohol. The statistics and personal tragedies behind these figures show how important early intervention is. We can save lives and we can reduce the number of people needing hospital treatment if we have a better relationship with alcohol. That is why the work of the Community Alcohol Partnerships is vital. Through education, engagement, entertainment and enforcement and evaluation, CAPS takes an evidence-based and engaging approach to working with communities, particularly with young people, to secure a healthy relationship with alcohol. I want to thank you all for the work that you do, and I'd like to be the first to congratulate you all on your efforts and successes, and I'm looking forward to this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tracy, and for telling us some of those stark and compelling statistics about alcohol consumption in Scotland. I'd now like to welcome our chairman, Derek Lewis, who's going to open today's celebrations.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. And a particular thank you to Tracy for hosting this event and for your kind and very supportive words. I'd like to thank everyone for being here this afternoon, despite all that's going on in the world outside and despite all the difficulties that you may and delays you may have encountered on getting yourselves inside this building today. Thank you for your patience. As Gillian has said, our main purpose today is to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of people in local community alcohol partnerships across the country. They are having an amazing positive impact on underage alcohol consumption, on the harm that can do to young people, and in the creation of responsible attitudes to alcohol in their subsequent adult life. I just want to say a little bit about where CAP is at this very exciting juncture in its history. And Kate Winstanley is going to tell you more about what has been happening over the past year or so, and also more about our future plans. Our last report presented at this occasion was one that was entitled, "We Are Stronger Together." And what has happened since then fully supports that conclusion. Our existing partnerships at local level have grown and delivered since we were last gathered. Our relationships with our funders have grown stronger, as have our relationships with national institutions with which we share a common interest. We've now reached a cumulative total of 300 local caps, reaching the target of doubling the number of caps that we set a few years ago. But what is now clear is that 300 caps is not the end of the journey, as evidenced by the very strong pipeline we have of local communities that want to introduce caps in their areas. So we have set the commitment of again doubling the number of caps across the country with another 300 in the coming years to meet this demand. The results of our work and that of others has been evident in recent years, both in the impact evaluations that each of the local caps conducts at the beginning and end of their period of peak activity, but also by the fact that alcohol harm and consumption among young people has declined over that period. And we, I'm sure, have played a material part in that. But what we have come to recognize is that the last remaining major barrier towards achieving further reductions in underage alcohol consumption and alcohol harm is the continuing and misguided view among many parents that they should supply alcohol to their children, despite the advice of the chief medical officers. Our understanding of this and the research we have now conducted has given us the necessary base from which we can start to do something about that issue. And we are planning to do so in the future, as Kate will explain more, by setting up pilots to explore interventions that will help change the behaviour, the understanding and the attitudes of parents to the supply of alcohol to their children. So the title of our new report, A New Era, is very appropriate because our ambitions are even stronger for the future than they have been for the past. And with the doubling of the number of caps again and the work we intend to take to change the understanding of parents and their attitudes, we are entering, I think, a very exciting phase of the existence of community alcohol partnerships. I have to say that we could not do this without the support of our funders, who have not just maintained the level of their funding, but have increased their annual investment in CAP. We all know that these are difficult and challenging times, as well as uncertain times for retailers, distributors, and producers. So we are particularly grateful for this tangible demonstration of support, not only financially, but also the in-kind support that our funders give us both locally and nationally. Equally important has been the support of local agencies and organisations, as well as the institutions that represent them nationally. The police, public health, youth services, schools, local government, national government. And it's been particularly gratifying very recently to have received a letter of endorsement and commendation from Number 10 Downing Street. So we feel we are getting a lot of support, and that support is growing and will really help us for the future. Closer to home, we have a fantastic team led by Kate Winstanley. It is larger now, although still small by most people's standards. It is perfectly formed and it punches well above its weight. I've been inspired, as always, by seeing the work they do. Yesterday at a training session down here in London, at events we've held around the country, and by the work I see in the local caps supported by that team. We owe them a great gratitude of debt for the work they do and the commitment they show and the effort they put in. So I'd like to thank them, and I'd like to ask you, if I may, just to give them, since they're in the room, a short round of applause. Finally, one more heartfelt thank you to my fellow board members, all of whom give their time voluntarily and in addition to their day jobs. They provide wise challenge, creative input, and encouragement to the team. And a particular thank you today is due to Matthew Gollidge from Reading, who is retiring after providing many years of invaluable advice based on his experience in local government. He will be hard to replace, and we're very grateful to him. Another particular thank you is due to Hardish Purival and Neil Eccles, who have given a lot of their time to the, I'm sure, stimulating and encouraging task, but very time-consuming task of judging the winners of the awards today. So a particular thank you to them. In conclusion, we are embarking on what I think is probably the most exciting period in the life of community alcohol partnerships. And we value all of the support that the people in this room provide us and look forward to reporting on our progress in coming years. But we view the future with great confidence and with great commitment. So thank you all, and I will now hand over to the next speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Derek, for setting the scene and introducing CAP, the new era. I'd now like to pass to CAP's director, Kate Winstanley, of more than 10 years, who is going to present our annual report.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be standing here, and I can't tell you how proud I am of the transformation we are seeing in CAP. As an organisation, we certainly do punch way above our weight, and I think that's due in no small part to the small but extremely talented and dedicated team we have, and our board led by Derek Lewis. But also the energy from a broad range of really committed partners and exceptional individuals, many of whom are in this room today. So it really is a combined effort of everybody working together. And I'm very pleased also that we have some of our funders who have gone, way above, what we've asked of them, sometimes doubling their funding and even more to help us in this new era that we are in now. I hope you like our new, we've had a whole rebrand, we've got a brand new website, and as part of that rebrand, we've also recently produced a new short video which brings to life our theory of change.
Why do we need community alcohol partnerships? Underage drinking affects all areas of society, but most of all, it affects me. Teens start drinking for so many reasons. Maybe they don't know the risks, maybe they're bored, or perhaps they have easy access to alcohol, particularly at home. CAP's mission, alcohol-free childhoods. The mission at Community Alcohol Partnerships, known as CAP, is to create childhoods that are free from alcohol by reducing underage drinking and the harms that come with it. CAP's approach, local targeted action. CAP knows that, just like young people, every community is different, but their approach always combines 5 core elements. 1. Education for people up to 25, including the interactive theatre production Smashed. 2. Engagement of local partners like schools, police and youth clubs. 3. Entertainment using fun, alcohol-free activities like boxing or art classes. 4. Enforcement of Challenge 25 training to prevent underage sales. 5. Evaluation of CAP projects to measure their impact. The impact, keeping me safe from alcohol's harm. CAP unearths the root causes of local underage drinking, then builds action plans to keep alcohol permanently out of young hands. When CAP builds local partnerships, change happens. The long-term goal, a lasting reduction in underage drinking. On average, CAP sees a 63% reduction in drinking among under 16s and a reduction in antisocial behaviour of 44%. So that's the CAP theory of change, and it's changing the lives of young people like me.
So there you have it. What have we seen? You all have a copy of the annual report, and this, I think, is testament to the amazing progress that we have made. And our key achievements are on that slide there. So as Derek mentioned, we have expanded our team. We've actually almost doubled our team. We're still very small, only 11 in total, but we now have 7 amazing regional advisors who are all here today. So this year we welcomed Fran, Nick and Tam to the team. And this is expanding the amount of outreach and help we can give in our 2 sort of highest harm areas, or nation in one case, in Scotland, but also the north of England. So do sort of say hi to them and speak to them. We also have taken on a research analyst, Debbie, who is here, and she's analysing some sort of big data sets, which is helping us to really understand, where it is that CAPs are most needed. We've also doubled our income, and we continue to get sort of, increases. We've got some big funding in, particularly for our parental supply programme, which I'm going to talk about a little bit further on. We have passed, as Derek mentioned, the milestone of 300 CAPs, but we also have a really strong pipeline. We've got more than 100 CAPs sort of waiting to be launched, which is a huge increase in sort of, where we were before. And as I will show you in the next few slides, we continue to evidence really, really significant positive impact across all of the metrics we measure in CAPs. And we've been doing some groundbreaking research around parental supply, which I will talk to you a bit more about. The impact is sort of set out in your reports there. And as many of you will be aware, CAP places a very high value on evidencing impact. And since 2017, all of our CAPs do a baseline evaluation and then evaluate after they have delivered their intensive phase of an action plan. And this looks at a whole range of metrics, but there are sort of the key surveys that are part of that are student surveys, looking at young people's drinking, particularly the 13 to 16 age group, resident surveys, and they report on, their perceptions of underage drinking in their communities, and also licensee surveys. And those are supplemented by crime data provided by the police, and also where we get it, compliancy testing by trading standards. So a lot of data there. And the numbers are really pretty significant. So as you can see there, 42,000 young people have taken part in surveys, the surveys that have showed us that in CAP areas, we've seen a 63% reduction in regular, so weekly or more drinking for the 13 to 16 age group. And when you consider that the baseline nationally is pretty much no change at the moment, that is a really phenomenal change happening. On average, we've seen a 44% reduction in antisocial behaviour. That's police crime data, that's across 13 police forces. A 41% reduction in residents saying that they see underage drinking in their communities, and phenomenal compliancy rates, pass tests at the end of CAP training. So 98% compliancy with Challenge 25 after licensees have got training and support. The 15% reduction in young people obtaining alcohol from their parents is good, but that is we believe the area that needs most focus and more attention, because that is really the game changer, and I'll talk to you a bit more about that in the next few slides. But amazing impact in a very short period of time. So why does parental supply matter? As many of you will be aware, CAP has been at the forefront of shining a light on this particular issue for some time now. And there are several answers, to the question, why does it matter? It's by far and away the single most common way that children, especially younger adolescents, access alcohol. So as the bar chart shows there, 61% of 11 to 15s who drink were given alcohol by their parents. And if you add to that the number, which is almost 40%, of children of that age who took alcohol from home, that means that the biggest source of alcohol is either parental supply or home supply, and that's really the area that needs more work if we want to really bring down underage drinking. And the other thing is that we know that alcohol is harmful to children, but parents are simply not aware of the CMO guidance that tells us that an alcohol-free childhood is safest and best. And the other thing that we're not measuring, but we do know, is that early introduction of alcohol increases the risk of binge drinking and later alcohol harm in adulthood. So the harm is not just limited to adolescence, but it takes, it impacts much later. So it's really, really an important subject. And as mentioned, CAP is sort of doing is shining a light on this and is acting as a catalyst for not just understanding the issue, but taking action to make sure that we are doing something about it. So our first piece of research was in 2018 and consisted of qualitative research, which highlighted a couple of important issues. The first was that a key driver for parents, either to supply or not to supply, was that desire to safeguard, that sort of paternal need to safeguard their children from harm. But we know that they simply are not aware of the risks, the CMO guidance. And what we wanted to do with our second piece of research was really understand the extent of that ignorance, if you like. And our big MORI survey of over 1,000 parents with children aged 11 to 17, which we funded in 2021, showed us very strongly that most parents are simply not aware of the risks of supplying alcohol early. They certainly don't know about the CMO guidance. And there were another number of findings. They vastly overestimate the normality of drinking. They think it's much more common than it actually is. So they're not aware of the huge declines that have gone on in the last 20 or so years. The other thing is that the survey was such that we could sort of drill down a bit into the demographics, and it's very much a universal issue. It's not isolated to just a few sort of demographic groups. It's very much across the board. So the third and most significant piece of research that we've just completed was a very, very extensive literature review by a behavioural psychologist, Dr. Anna Salas, who's also head of behavioural and social sciences at the Office for Health Improvement and Disparities. And she has undertaken a very extensive research piece, which I will tell you a little bit about. And the next steps are that we're going to use her findings to road test in 6 of our CAPs a pilot campaign drawing on her findings. And then we're going to sort of use the evidence of that to build a case for wider action, which needs to go beyond, what CAPs can do locally. This is a national programme. It needs national focus. And the ear of governments from all nations in the UK and others to really move this forward. So looking at Anna Salas's research, the first part of her research consisted of a literature review of over 30 research studies in the last 10 or so years, and this has highlighted some reasons, why parents are letting their children drink at a young age, and indeed sometimes encouraging that. And she's also uncovered some sort of common characteristics for parents who are most likely to supply, which is really important for targeting of future messages. So one of the findings was that parents who themselves are drinking at risky levels are more likely to supply. That most parents, as our Mori survey showed, are simply not aware of the risks. That the parenting style tends to be more permissive when it comes to alcohol. And then backing up what the Mori survey showed, that they're very much overestimating the prevalence and normality of adolescent drinking, and also just feeling powerless and that it's inevitable. And then that key finding, which has come through very strongly, is that the reasons are that they are trying to safeguard their children by early introduction, thinking that it's the right thing to teach them to drink, or that they're protecting them from worse things like taking drugs. So, it's all of that is really, really important for targeting messages. And we now have a really good understanding of that. And some of the conclusions, and we will be publishing Dr. Salas's report, so it'll all be in here. And I don't have time to take you through all the campaigns, but she looked at interventions worldwide, Australia, the States, Europe, and looked at, what were the points that maybe we should be learning from for our own pilot campaign. And at a national level, she is recommending that we need to challenge parent perceptions around widely held beliefs that teen drinking is prevalent or inevitable, and also get parents to think again about whether being permissive is the right thing to do. It's actually not. There is a clear need to ensure that the CMO guidance is widely communicated, and given that this is a universal issue, we think that the information needs to be communicated in such a way that it reaches pretty much all parents. And then for CAPS, and we'll definitely be looking at incorporating some of the second list of points into our pilot campaign, a whole community approach to help to ensure that communities have shared goals is going to be is more effective than just targeting parents on their own. Early intervention is key. So it's really important to look at, even 5, 6 of primary, at getting in there before parents are, introducing alcohol. So early intervention is key. That need to educate parents on the risks and debunk the urban myths around early introduction about teaching them to drink. All of that needs to be sort of challenged and changed, but in a way that is on side with parents, because parents don't want to be lectured or finger pointed. They think they're doing the right thing. They absolutely want to safeguard their children. So we need to tap into that natural maternal or paternal instinct to look after one's own children. So that will all be in the report, which is not too far away, and we will share that with everyone. So just moving on to what next. So we're in a really exciting era. We, as Derek has explained, we reached the milestone of 300, but that's not enough. And we estimate that we need at least another 300 CAPs. We do need to have them in the areas with the highest harms. And those are Scotland, very much so, the north of England, so northeast and northwest, but also the southwest, so Devon and Cornwall and so on. So we are mapping those areas. We've increased our capacity to support with regional advisors, and that's the plan for the next few years. We will continue, as I've already outlined, to lead on doing more around parental supply. We've got the big research study about to go, the pilot campaign, which we hope to launch in September, which we will test out in 6 CAPs, 1 in Scotland, certainly 1 in Wales and 4 in England is the plan. And we need to start building now a coalition of anybody who is interested in reducing alcohol harm. Parental supply and reducing that needs to be at the heart of any alcohol harm reduction strategy. And that is, what our sort of big thing is for the next 2 years. We're also doing much more to ensure that decision makers know about CAP, and are working, we're working with them, they're working with us to, to support alcohol harm reduction, starting with young people. So I think for my final slide, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of our funders. Without your support, none of this would be possible. And you've really stepped up in difficult economic times with, more headwinds around the corner. But it's incredible, your commitment and your passion and support for CAPS. So thank you to everybody who has provided, funding and increased your funding recently. So I think that is where I hand back to Gillian.
Many thanks, Kate, for introducing our report. I'm sure many of you will agree that it is our best report yet, although I'm slightly biased. The report is a shining testament to how much CAP has grown and evolved over the past few years. It reflects the dedication and hard work of our ever strengthening team and our network of CAPs across the UK. Every single CAP, in their own way, has contributed to our shared mission of tackling underage drinking and its associated harms. It's through their innovation, adaptability, and unwavering commitment that we've been able to make such a positive impact so far. With that in mind, I'm extremely excited to introduce our keynote speaker from the Young Lewisham Project.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Anna Lumley. I'm the Managing Director at the Young Lewisham Project, and I have with me today Jayden and Louis. It's a great pleasure to be here today to talk about the incredible work that our young people have produced through the partnership with the Young Lewisham Project and the CAP. Through this initiative, we've engaged and educated young people on the dangers of alcohol misuse while giving them a creative outlook to express themselves. Young Lewisham Project is an alternative education provider based in Lewisham, South East London. And although traditional schools do a fantastic job for many young people, there's certainly not a one-size-fits-all solution. Some young people struggle in academic settings, not because they lack ability, but because the system isn't designed for their strengths. Behaviour challenges, learning difficulties, mental health struggles, or simply a more hands-on learning style can mean that mainstream education fails to engage them. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge that funding for education, mental health and youth services is at an all-time low, yet the demand for what we do has never been higher. Young people are facing more challenges than ever, and without proper funding, many are left without support, guidance or positive opportunities. That's why projects like ours need to be even more resourceful, working better in partnership and ensuring that every bit of funding available is well utilised and makes the biggest impact. In a time where funding is increasingly difficult to secure, we're incredibly fortunate to work with a funder like the Community Alcohol Partnerships. CAP isn't just about providing funding, they're hands-on, engaged and truly invested in the work that we do. They make the effort to visit us regularly, speak to our young people and staff and get a real sense of what's happening on the ground. Thank you, Matt. This kind of genuine partnership is rare, and it makes all the difference in allowing us to focus on delivering meaningful change rather than constantly chasing funding. Mental health remains one of the biggest issues facing our young people today, and many turn to alcohol as a coping mechanism for stress, anxiety and trauma. Through our partnership with CAP, we've had open conversations with our young people about the impact of alcohol on mental health and provided them with healthier alternatives to express themselves. And by combining education with creativity, we're empowering young people to make informed choices, process some of their life experiences, and have an outlet to share their skills and knowledge. One of the most exciting aspects of this project has been the artwork and music that's been created by our young people, supported by project tutors and Beat Zora. Young people have designed a 3D poster, which is a powerful visual depicting what happens to the body when alcohol is consumed. These striking images tell a story of consequences and awareness, serving as a reminder of the long-term effects of alcohol misuse. The poster is being installed at the rear of our local train station, which is between two secondary schools and has a high footfall of local community. Additionally, our young people have written and produced music tracks that reflect their thoughts and experience on this topic. These songs are raw, real, and deeply personal, offering an authentic insight into the struggles and emotions that our young people face. Through music, they found a positive, creative way to express their views and experiences, reinforcing the positive message that there are other ways to cope with life's challenges. The work we've done with the Community Alcohol Partnership is a testament to what can be achieved when we invest in partnerships, work to get the best outcomes for young people, and give them the tools to learn, create, and grow. But we cannot do this alone. We need continued support, better resources, and solid long-term relationships with funders like CAP, who not only provide financial backing, but are also proactive about supporting young people at grassroots level. There are so many young people that need our support right now, and it's time to value and invest in alternative education providers as an essential part of the system, not just as a last resort. If we truly want every young person to succeed, we must embrace different learning styles, fund vocational pathways properly, and create opportunities for those who don't fit the traditional academic model. We must also look at the bigger picture of supporting families, reducing drug and alcohol misuse, and addressing the challenges and impact of poor mental health, and provide meaningful opportunities for some of the most disadvantaged young people. When we meet young people where they are and provide them with the right tools and support, they don't just survive, they thrive. And a perfect example of this is our incredible New Woodlands young people who are here with me today. Jaden, who will talk a bit about his own experiences of the project, and Louis, who's written and produced the track that you're about to hear. These boys, as you will see, are hugely talented, and I know will have amazing futures ahead of them.
Hi everyone, I'm here to talk to you today about how alcohol abuse affects school life, especially for young people like us. School should be a place where people can go, learn, and get ready for their future. But for those dealing with alcohol, it can also be full of stress, distractions, and missed chances. One of the biggest problems is how alcohol messes with your ability to do well in class. It can make it hard for you to focus, remember things, and pay attention. If you're drinking regularly, or just recovering from a night out from drinking, you may even find it really tough to concentrate during lessons, finish your homework on time, or even remember what you learned. Over time, that can lead to bad grades, lower test scores, and feeling like school isn't worth it. Alcohol can also affect attendance. If you're struggling with drinking, you might just skip school, show up late, or not get involved in class. Missing school means falling behind, which can make you feel frustrated and disconnected from what's going on in class. There's also the problems of behavior. Students who drink might start acting out in class, getting into trouble, or just not following the rules at all. This can lead to suspensions, fighting with teachers, and problems with friends. The more trouble you get into, the harder it becomes to do well in school and make more friends. On top of that, alcohol can also mess with your mental health. It can make you feel anxious, sad, or just unsure of yourself. These feelings can drain your motivation and make it harder for you to care about school when you're already dealing with so much at home. Drinking also affects friendships. If you're drinking, you might end up hanging out with the wrong people, or who do the same. Or you might just push away your friends who don't drink. That can leave you feeling isolated, like you don't fit in or have the support you need. In the end, alcohol abuse can mess up more than just your grades. It can affect your emotions, your relationships, and your future. It can hold you back from reaching your full potential, making it harder to get ready for adulthood. That's why it's so important that we have support when we're struggling. That's where YLP steps in. When we feel down, or we think that school isn't worth it, we young people can go to the project and try and find that support that we need for us to build our future. Schools, families, and communities all need to work together to make sure that we have the safe spaces where we can make good choices when we need it. Thank you for listening.
I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day.
Don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. Don't need booze to
better my day.
You're gonna burn off your lungs with the weed that you're smoking. Too gassed up till you need some lotion. Using a mixer to drink this alcohol. That's some next up potion. You're gonna burn off your lungs with the weed that you're smoking. Too gassed up till you need some lotion. Using a mixer to drink this alcohol. That's some next up potion. What if it was your son or daughter? Why drink booze? Just drink water. What's wrong with kids? Your lungs gonna look like a sauna. I'm finna fly to Bora while you man go smoke on the corner. I don't know why you man do drugs. You ain't cool, man, you ain't got aura. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. Like I said, this stuff ain't cool. It don't make you bad if you do it in schools. You ain't bad, so stick to the rules. You ain't bad, bro, chase that bull. It's alright, you know how it ends. Like, come, let's smoke in the ends. Cause you're soon gonna run out of breath, and the only way it ends is death. Gonna go tapped in the head. You don't wanna end up a sped. Your brain gonna end up mashed potatoes, look like a veggie. Mom gonna tuck you to bed. Mom's gonna tuck you to bed. I said it. Get ready, cause soon you'll dread it. Get ready, cause soon you'll regret it. Get ready, cause soon you're here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I don't need booze to better my day. I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day. I'm here to say I don't need booze to better my day.
Thank you so much for listening. I mean, these boys are a testimony to how good this work really is. And this is what is happening on the ground floor in all these different little places. And I know just from the bit that we're doing, how much we've got out of it. We've done the Challenge 25 with our local shops. We've done lots of workshops around alcohol misuse with our young people. And we've got health champions that are taking that work back into their own schools. So I just want to say a massive thank you to the boys, because I know it's a massive deal for us all to be here today. And we really appreciate the invitation and the welcome that we've had. So thank you very much.
And I've got to follow that. A sincere thanks for the Young Lewisham Project for joining us today. We're incredibly grateful for your presence and providing us with such a powerful real-life example of the amazing work being done by our CAPs. You've really shown us the dedication and impact that innovation can have on our communities. Quite outstanding. With that, it's now my honour to turn our focus to the heart of today's event. You, our CAPs. Time and time again, you've demonstrated what's possible when we come together as a team, united by our shared commitment to reducing alcohol-related harm. Your passion, your hard work and collaboration have made such a difference. Today, we celebrate your extraordinary commitments and contributions. Please can I welcome to the stage Fran Datey, CAP Advisor, who is going to present our first award today for CAP of the Year England.
Thank you, Jill. And can I just say, that was wow. That was absolutely brilliant. Well done. Again, how do we follow that? I'm not sure, but I'm going to give it a try. Afternoon, everyone. So the winning CAP for this year's CAP of the Year England is one that is dynamic and really exemplifies the positive impacts of working in partnership. Established in 2021, this partnership has achieved an impressive reduction in antisocial behaviour incidents. A reduction of 27% in youth ASB incidents has been achieved across this community over the last year, and as a result of their combined efforts to tackle the underlying issues and causes of underage drinking. Taking a bottom-up approach, they have engaged with local schools to deliver a mentorship programme linking physical activity sessions focused on the risks associated to underage drinking. They've also focused on how alcohol can affect decision-making abilities. They've looked at several local schools or worked with several local schools who have referred young people into the programme that were on the cusp of either being expelled or excluded. The mentorship programme has really helped these young people develop great communication skills, learn about conflict resolution, the benefits of physical exercise, team building, and a lot of career opportunities, all of which can really positively change the course of these young people's life choices and chances. Bringing in more local partners was key to offering a wide range of local youth provisions that really targeted the young people in the right way. I am delighted to present this year's Cap of the Year award for England to Fylde Cap. Here to collect the award on behalf of Fylde Cap is Ian Williamson from Fylde Council and also Jason Middleton from Lancashire Trading Standards. May I call on Ian and Jason to come to the stage to collect their award.
Thank you very much and congratulations, Fylde. Our next award is a joint award for Cap of the Year Scotland. First, I would like to welcome Katrina Murray MP to the stage, please.
Thank you, everybody. I'm delighted to present this joint award for Cap of the Year in Scotland to the team from Kilsyth Cap. Set up in 2022, this cap has gone from strength to strength, driven relentlessly by PC Martin Ray and his colleagues in Police Scotland. They are receiving this award today in recognition of their work in engaging young people through education, community initiatives and the collaborative youth events, thereby reducing youth ASB and promoting safer choices. Their partnership youth engagement event at Kilsyth Academy is now regarded as best practice education event, an example of how to engage positively with young people in an extracurricular setting. It's estimated that well over 50 young people attended the first time it was held. The young people were offered fun, engaging activities that were clearly of interest to them, while at the same time they were provided with information and education around key themes of vaping, alcohol, risky behaviours, careers and volunteering opportunities. The school is very keen to repeat this event in the coming year and commented that the range of relevant activities offered was an important factor, allowing information to be shared with young people at the same time. Many congratulations to Kilsyth Cap and to all involved, and can I now call PC Martin Ray and Sergeant Greg McHale from Police Scotland to collect their award.
Many congratulations, Kilsyth, and thank you again to Katrina. Now may I welcome Frank McNally MP up to the stage.
Thank you very much. I'm also presenting the joint award for Cap of the Year in Scotland, and I should just say before I go any further, it's absolutely wonderful as a former chair of education for North Lanarkshire Council to see both this joint award going to two North Lanarkshire caps. That's absolutely fantastic. We're really delighted. So this partnership was launched in 2023, and in its second year the focus has been on community and diversionary activity engagements, including work with retailers and education services, particularly Bellsill Academy and Cardinal Newman High School. My area has significant challenges with deprivation and elevated levels of drug and alcohol use, as we saw earlier on in some of the data that was provided, and the CAP has tackled these issues head on, including using targeted integrity tests to ensure that alcohol isn't getting into the hands of young people. A key feature of the CAP's work centred around how effective it was in bringing the community together to make a tangible difference. That dogged determination to ensure partnerships were as strong as possible has been critical to the programme's success. Examples include a community litter pick held in partnership with Thorneywood Community Council, local Scotmid stores and North Lanarkshire Council. This not only tidied up the View Park area, but was crucial in providing key information that assisted the police to identify and tackle antisocial behaviour hotspots and underage drinking. Going further still, the CAP's outreach work provided positive activities for young people during the school holidays, which allowed constructive engagement with local police officers, breaking down those barriers between young people and the police that can exist. The provision of free mountain bike sessions at the local pump track in Bellsill gave local young people an opportunity to attend and receive instruction on mountain biking, skateboarding and scootering. It was very popular, I have to say. I live about 300 yards from the pump track, and I can certainly testify it was very popular. This is just a sample of what View Park and Bellsill CAP achieved in 2024, and I'm sure they will continue to go from strength to strength. They fully deserve this recognition, and I congratulate all involved and wish them all the very best. And I'm delighted to present this award to PC Neil Campbell from Police Scotland.
Thank you so much, Frank, and congratulations again. Our final cap of the year, but not least, is for Wales. And can I invite Joe Stevens, Welsh Secretary, to the stage. Thanks very much. I'm really pleased to present the award for Cap of the Year Wales to Luke Verdeep from Cardiff Council and Rhiannon Vaughan from For Cardiff, who are both here today to represent the Cardiff Cap. They did incredible work last year, promoting alcohol-free socialising opportunities, fostering cultural change and a safer nightlife through a series of engaging events and research. And the Cardiff Cap is slightly different. It works predominantly with 18 to 25-year-olds through the student body at Cardiff University. And they are receiving this award today for their dual approach, both qualitative and quantitative, to really understand the demand and the environment for alternative evening events in Cardiff where no alcohol is served in the bars and pubs around the university. And I should say to you that this area of Cardiff in our capital city, within a square mile, has the highest number of licensed premises of any part of the UK. So that's quite a challenge. And their drink and draw event, for example, offered fun alcohol-free games, which meant that people can enjoy Cardiff's brilliant nighttime economy without the need for alcohol. And the event caught the attention of ITV Wales, BBC Wales, and our national newspaper, digital and print, Wales Online. And they went along and were able to see what was going on and draw on reports directly from students and first-hand experiences. That was then backed up by a survey of students and a bigger research piece across all 4 of our universities in Cardiff, which together have close on 40,000 students in them, to help the voice of students be heard more clearly and loudly. And the results of the survey, along with the insights on alcohol-free alternative evenings, can now be passed on to local businesses in our hospitality and other sectors, so they can pitch their nighttime economy offers and their businesses more generally to those tens of thousands of students studying in our capital city. More than 200 people took part in the first alcohol-free evening. Social media captured over 10,000 engagements, and that excellent press coverage that I referred to meant that this initiative received really widespread coverage, and the CAP is going from strength to strength. So can I ask Luke Verdeep and Rhiannon Vaughan to come up and collect their rewards, and huge congratulations to the Cardiff CAP. Congratulations, Cardiff, and thank you again, Joe, for joining us today. CAP Pluses. These are the CAPs who have been established for some time and have already achieved remarkable success in reducing underage drinking in their communities. What's truly inspiring is that despite their accomplishments, they continue to push forward, maintaining their efforts and dedication to this critical cause. I would like to welcome Tracy Gilbert MP to the stage to present the award to CAP Plus of the Year.
Thank you, Gillian, and I'm delighted to present this award to the CAP Plus of the Year to PC Lauren Monroe and PC Anna Morrison from Police Scotland in recognition of their leadership and commitment to making the North East Edinburgh CAP a lasting and sustainable community partnership, tackling the root causes of underage drinking. As part of their action plan, they tackled underage drinking while promoting healthy lifestyles through weekly cooking sessions for young females aged 13 to 15, and then they turned them into TikTok videos. They continue to build on their 2023 Let's Row programme, encouraging young people identified by schools as vulnerable to underage drinking to step out of their comfort zones through activities such as canoeing and paddleboarding. They selected pupils from Castleberry High School working with Sky News Academy to create a news bulletin to prevent underage drinking. And lastly, the CAP team up with Castlevale girls football team to provide support beyond football, addressing social issues like underage drinking, and arranging for Hearts women's football team to lead a training session promoting healthy lifestyles and providing signed kits for all the young people who have participated. Year after year, this CAP continues to do amazing jobs in its efforts to genuinely make a difference in our community, and I look forward to working with you in the future, but maybe not doing a TikTok video. Congratulations to PC Laura Monroe and PC Anna Morrison.
Congratulations and thank you again. We're hearing some incredible stories, aren't we? Inspirational stories so far, and that's going to continue now. Educating young people is a cornerstone of what CAPs do. Education goes far beyond simply teaching a curriculum. It's about inspiring, it's about engaging and empowering young minds to make informed choices. There are so many outstanding examples of this type of work within our CAPs, and the impact of these efforts cannot be overstated. We were so impressed by the quality and dedication of the nominees in this category that we simply couldn't choose just one winner. So we're delighted to announce that we have a joint winner in this category today. Please can I welcome Miles Bill to present the first winner.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Gillian, Master of Ceremonies. Thank you. This award is for excellence in education. It's a joint award, so this is the first of two winners. And I'm delighted to present it to Preston CAP, who, in the words of Fran Dainty, our Northwest Regional Advisor, says they're consistently proactive, supportive, forward-thinking in how they can better reach and educate all CAP stakeholders, but also members in their community in reducing alcohol harm in young people. They're experimental in their approach. They've sustained excellent relationships to enable them to achieve impressive impacts. These impacts are now being felt across all of Lancashire, with 82 secondary schools, for example, being provided with posters on the importance of reporting underage sales. This is now done via a streamlined process to make capturing local intelligence easy and done in a more joined up way. Their outreach is to test proxy purchases and offer retailers Challenge 25 training, is seeing consistent results on a year-on-year basis. And whether it be parents' evenings in schools or Freshers' Week education, the CAP is committed to trying new and innovative ways of educating young people, parents, local businesses and more on the harms and risks of underage drinking. So huge congratulations to both Sam Beetham, Senior Trading Standards, and Jason Middleton from Lancashire Trading Standards and Chair of the Preston CAP I'm going to invite Jason to come up and accept the award.
Congratulations, Preston. May I now welcome to the stage Joshua McAllister MP to present our joint winner.
Thanks very much, Gillian, and it's great to see the Northwest so well represented in the field of education with the CAP Awards. I'm delighted to present the joint award for excellence in education to Emma Thompson from Cumberland Council, who's the coordinator of the Workington CAP. The Workington CAP has transformed how the community engages young people. They went about improving their delivery model and as a result significantly increased the volume of young people they've reached with positive messaging around the risks and dangers of underage drinking. The biggest change was focusing on learning outside of the classroom, and with that they've been able to reach more than 1,200 people in a 12-month period, which for the town of Workington is absolutely fantastic. Some of the events that the organisation have participated with young people in includes the Workington Light Switch On, the Festival of Work and the Workington Academy Whole School Wellbeing event, providing young people, parents and carers with the information that they need to learn about alcohol-related harm. With partners supplying refreshments, I believe Tesco's were heavily involved, to increase the dwell time of young people at their stands. It gave young people the time to engage with professionals and to have different types of conversations than they'd otherwise normally have. They offered spikies. I've no idea what they are. As free resources helped, which has helped to have meaningful conversations about spiking, which is a really important issue in our area. This is a great example of CAP thinking outside of the box and going to young people where they are to engage them in the harms of underage drinking. So with all of that, I'd like to invite Emma to come up and accept this joint award and congratulate her for it.
Thank you very much. For anybody else that doesn't know, spike is a little drink stoppers that go in the top of a bottle that you put a straw into and it stops spiking or reduces it at least. Thank you so much. With ASDA's support, CAP launched its first innovation fund in 2024, which provided CAPs with enhanced funding for innovative projects designed to support the health and well-being of children and young people. We're so grateful to ASDA, who have sponsored this award for innovation, and we would like to pass over to James Barge to present.
Thanks, Gillian. The winner of the Innovation Award this year goes to a team of CAPs. I understand from the judging panel that this was a particularly hotly contested category and that the quality of nominees was quite exceptional. In coming to deciding a winner, I believe that was quite a difficult task. In the end, the panel looked at what innovation meant to CAP. It had to be something new, something innovative, and critically something that could inspire other CAPs. They felt that this team of CAPs really matched that brief and delivered something that other CAPs could replicate. And while still early days, their actions are something that all CAPs could take away and implement into their own action plans. Due to an incredible partnership established over the last decade, the CAPs were able to enhance a project being launched by Norfolk Constabulary, where screens are being installed in custody cells for when young people are detained in police custody. This allows for diversionary information to be shown at this impressionable and reachable moment. A moment to get some important messages across and deliver real positive change in young people's lives. So on behalf of ASDA, I'm genuinely delighted to award this year's Innovation Award to Great Yarmouth, Galston and Bradwell and Caister CAPs. And please could I ask Maxine Ward, Sergeant Dan Smith, Sergeant Chris Giddins and Sergeant Shane Carroll to come to the stage to collect their award.
Thank you, James, and congratulations, Great Yarmouth and Co. We will now be turning to our next section of the award winners, the CAP Spotlight Award. Please may I ask our director, Kate Winstanley, to come to the stage and present the first award.
Thank you, Gillian. I've been told by the judging panel that the quality of nominees was so good this year, which they were, that a new category had to be created called the Spotlight Award. The spirit behind this award is to recognise CAPs who may still be in their infancy as a CAP, but have really hit the ground running. So your work has been seen. So I'm delighted to recognise the Plymouth CAP for a joint Spotlight Award. Plymouth CAP was only established in 2023, but to date, I've seen it all on social media as well. You've delivered 7 different events, reaching almost 700 young people across Plymouth, which has been a fantastic start to a CAP. So huge congratulations to Sergeant Mark Williams from Devon and Cornwall Police, who's here to accept the award. Please keep up the good work and huge congratulations.
Congratulations, Mark, and thank you, Kate. I would now like to pass over to Neil Eccles, CAP Director, to present the second of our Spotlight Awards.
Thank you very much. Before we present the award, I want to just remind us all about what the Spotlight Award is about more than anything else. It's about recognising commendable work that takes place in communities across the UK in the name of our Community Alcohol Partnerships, or CAP. Yeah. And the judging panel this year, Sir Harleys and myself, we wanted to try and highlight some excellent work we thought in the West Berkshire CAP. In the past year, have extended their action plan to work collaboratively with Newbury College themselves, education based. Yeah. This collaboration has resulted in over 500 young people in the college benefiting from a variety of partnership events. One of these events would be like the inaugural Freshers Fair, which attracted over 300 people and new students to explore opportunities to volunteer in the community itself and to access health and wellbeing resources, including alcohol education materials on the event itself. The CAP was able to also facilitate a work placement with a local charity for a business student, and also saw 23 young people sign up to complete the Young Health Champions Programme this year. It's been a true partnership approach, and I would like to invite Jessica Ryle-Spore from West Berkshire Council and Amy Knight from Newbury College to collect their award.
Thank you, Neil, and congratulations again, West Berkshire. I'm definitely burning some calories with the amount of award winners we've got this year. So our next category of awards this year is a special recognition award, and I'd like to hand over to our board member, Hardeesh Purewell, to present.
So it's been a bit of a theme, like when we were judging all of the awards this year, there were so many good ones and it was really difficult to decide who should get the award and who shouldn't. Whereas historically, there's always been one that's been more outstanding than some of the other areas. So, alongside Neil and kind of judging this, in the category of outstanding contribution by an individual, is brutally hard to say that one person had been better than another. And we really wanted to recognise those individuals and those that were nominated for all the work that they had put in. It's their care, their energy, their passion and their drive that makes all of these CAPs successful. So it gives me great pleasure to recognise Sarah Gardner from the Reading CAP, Rachel Wood from the Skelmersdale CAP, and Alison Hatton from the Preston CAP. But I think Jason is here to, because Alison isn't here today. So would you congratulate these guys in
Thank you, Hardeesh, and congratulations. The next award is for outstanding contribution by an individual. Whilst it's true that CAPs thrive through teamwork, Sometimes it takes one exceptional individual to truly make a difference, to shine a spotlight on the work that we do and propel a successful partnership forward. This year's winner is a perfect example of that, and I've had the privilege of hearing about our winner's passionate and relentless efforts for several years. His dedication has made a significant impact. It's my pleasure to pass the stage to Alistair Campbell, MP, to present this well-deserved award.
Sorry. Many apologies. Many apologies.
Don't worry, I've been called worse than Alistair Campbell over the years, trust me. Listen, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much indeed for the opportunity to join you here today. Those of you who follow these quality of life surveys that you see from time to time, usually on a quiet news day, will know that the communities of Orkney and Shetland are very nearly always at or near the top. There is a reason for that, and it has quite a lot to do with the fact that we are island communities. As island communities, we are different. We're a bit further away from the rest of you. We have our own needs, and we've learned very often that we have to do things for ourselves. As a consequence of that, I like to think that we have a good understanding of what it means to be a community, and we certainly have a very strong sense of community. But just being an island is not enough. One of the things that you can do as an island is very often to identify the right person for the right job. And when you do that, when you find the round peg to put in the round hole, then that's when we can really take advantage of the other opportunities that you have from being an island. And that is why the contribution of Bob Mackenzie to the Orkney CAP has been so exceptional. He has a background in his time as a police officer. His commitment to youth work is not just limited to the CAP. He has a background of working with the Boys Brigade, the Rotary Young Leaders Award. And he has been at the heart of the Orkney CAP since it was established in 2017. His is the reassuring voice that all this CAP's partners turn to, and he has been instrumental in advancing the CAP through his innovative community-focused initiatives, spearheading the introduction of two secondary schools, the Kirkwall Grammar School and Stromness Academy, to the CAP. And for those of you who don't know how Scottish education works, I should tell you that Kirkwall Grammar is not a grammar school and Stromness Academy is not actually an academy, as you understand them. But he has ensured that the message on the harms of underage drinking really get through to the right audience. His dedication to youth engagement has been exceptional, with alcohol education and safety at the forefront of his work with the Orkney CAP. His dedication to his community is exemplified through his leadership in setting up Weeks of Action, which have not only helped raise Orkney CAP's profile, but has given him a lasting legacy in his role in creating Arcadia Park, a peaceful outdoor space, a fantastic local asset for us all to enjoy. So Bob, I'm delighted that you've probably won the prize for being the furthest travelled recipient of award today. It's an honour for me to be here to present it with you. I would invite you please to join me on the stage.
Huge congratulations, Bob, and thank you so much, Alistair Carmichael. Our final, but no means least, meaningful award this year is the CAP Chairman Award. An award to recognise something or someone special who really has gone above and beyond their job role to make a difference in their community. This award celebrates extraordinary dedication and exceptional impact, and it's always the highlight of our afternoon. Without further delay, I would now like to pass over to the CAP Chair, Derek Lewis, to present this prestigious award.
Thank you, Gillian. Thank you. You will by now, I think, have gathered from this event that it is the norm within CAP to go above and beyond. So this award is actually for someone who has gone well beyond and well above. And the judges considered that the winner had done that in his work with the Hyndburn CAP. They met him at our regional event in Newcastle last November, where he brought alive his virtual reality program. He works with young people using VR to help them navigate the challenges young people face in this current society. The judges were struck by his passion for his work, his commitment to working with young people, and his enthusiasm and support for the work of CAP. He is a true ally for young people, and I'm delighted to award the Chair's Award this year to Carl Sims from Child Action Northwest and from our Hyndburn CAP. So Carl. That, ladies and gentlemen, brings to a conclusion our proceedings today. Thank you again all for being here and for making this such a happy and rewarding occasion. I feel, and I hope you feel, that the future for CAP and the work that it does is very positive as it has ever been, and as necessary as it has ever been. So thank you again for being here. There is, I think, some tea available, and we look forward to seeing most, if not all of you, this time next year. Thank you.